Alright guys, welcome back. It is pretty early in the morning here. I'm just getting ready to pull the bike outside. We had some really nasty storms actually roll through here in Austin last night. Really high threat of tornadoes and all kinds of stuff going on. Pretty crazy. Had the bike inside, nice and safe. I had it in here for about a week. Well, since MotoGP, and it's Friday now, so yeah, it's been in here for a little while. Haven't been riding. But today I am going to take it out. I want to do Lime Creek, maybe. We'll have to just check it slow because runoff from the rainstorms is really bad on that road. But anyway, I wanted to flip the camera around, talk about the upgrades, talk about some of the future stuff, and talk about potentially new bike in my very, very, very young bike collection, which is so far just one motorcycle. I wish I had the Ninja400 still, but unfortunate circumstances. But let's talk about what the next bike could be, and some of the things I have coming for Lipstick. Alright, so here she is, guys. Some of you guys may not know, this is a 2023 Ducati Panigale V2. Some people may call it a Panigale or the pigtail, but my bike specifically better known as Lipstick. And so I built this entire bike by myself for the most part, outside of the rear sets, which are CNC racing rear sets. They're absolutely beautiful. They're a piece of jewelry, work of art. I didn't do those. I tried to do those, and turns out you needed to put in this pressure switch here, and these were very difficult. These aren't super easy to put on, so I actually ended up having Ducati of Austin redo them for me. So one, the brake light worked. Two, the motorcycle's rear brake stopped like it should. Everything works like it should. Over on the other side, which is dark because of the lighting, it's in GP shift. It's essentially the same exact thing. It's as far as the rear set goes, except, you know, like I said, this is in GP shift, and it's just a mechanical adjustment in the rod back here. So you just switch where that rod is, and it makes it GP shift or regular shift. So the whole bike is outfitted with full 6 carbon fiber, other than the carbon fiber here. That's from Van Diemen. That came with the exhaust pipe, and it looks just absolutely amazing. The full 6 carbon fiber that I purchased from Motomillion. So shout out to Manny over there for getting me all hooked up. Now this bike has 11,000 miles on it. I ride a lot. So there is a lot of people who are like, oh, you've only been riding for a year. That's true. This is my 1-year anniversary for riding. I've only had a super bike since October, but I've put 11,000 miles on this bike since October, and I put almost 9,000 on my Ninja400 before it was totaled. So I think that's probably almost maybe two years or more, maybe a little more than 2 years worth of riding that most people do. I ride all the time, every single day if I could. Now I've been slowing down a lot because it's been raining, and my motorcycle at this point is very, very special. It's starting to get to the point to where, like, I am actually really worried about crashing it or dropping it. I don't have any drop protection on it because I think it looks ugly, and I don't track the bike, and I don't really, you never know else, what's going to happen out there, as proved to when I got hit by a car on my Ninja400. But there are preventative measures you can try to take, and I don't think not riding is the answer. I just think, I don't know, maybe not riding as much. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for that, but for me personally, guys, I just love to look at this thing. Like, it is just so absolutely beautiful. So The full exhaust, that's from Van Diemen. It's full titanium undertail exhaust, and it is absolutely the most it is absolutely the most beautiful sounding exhaust around, and there's no doubt about it. My bike sounds better than everyone's bike out here. Lipstick at Ducati Island and at Ducati of Austin, and AF1 arguably was probably the nicest, most beautiful bike out of every single bike there. Maybe Kodiak's bike had me for a run in his RS V4 Factory Edition. Outside of that, there were some race bikes there and some really nice bikes, but this thing stole the show, man. It's just that head turner bike that not everyone has. There was maybe like 2 or 3 V2s hiding around, but none of them looked anything like this. And that was really cool to me. It was really neat to be on Jarrett's channel and his Instagram. So shout out to him for doing that. I've mentioned that a few times now, like how overly excited I am from that. It was just really cool for him to go out of his way and do that. He could have easily edited me out or did any kind of thing, but yeah, he didn't. So it was cool. So outside of like the full exhaust, Louis Moto seat cover, easy grip tank pads, domino grips, CRG Aero mirrors, WRS windscreen, Dicey 83 radiator guards, CNC rear sets, full titanium exhaust, Ayala caps, Pro-Ti titanium bolts in places, TWM caliper spacers, TWM oil cap, NRC tail tidy. Man, am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. I think that's pretty... Oh, lightweight battery. Lithium lightweight battery. So there's probably about 40 pounds of savings on this motorcycle. Really light, guys. This thing weighs probably just about 400. I don't know. Maybe we should weigh it one video. What do you guys think about that? So yeah, and now for the future upgrades, immediately I need a belly pan. So I'm looking around for that. It's about $600 from full 6. So I should have that soon. And then the next biggest thing is probably going to be a paint job on the tank if I can't get that stain out. That tech spec pads ruined my tank here. It stained it because of the glue they use. So we'll see what happens with that. That's yeah, that sucks, right? It's like, dude, really? So, but outside of that, this bike is headed towards its 14,000 mile valve interval. So that's something I'm planning for. I'm planning for the bike to be down a few weeks for that. When it gets close to that, I'm going to try to stretch that to the end of the summer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I come up on 4,000 miles pretty damn quick. I'll be there fast, you know. And so that brings up the point of, should I get another bike, you know? Because this thing's really special now, and I don't want to sell this. This is not a motorcycle I think you sell. This bike is, first of all, it's my first Ducati. Second of all, it's rare. Not a lot of people have it. Not a lot of people have the white one. Everyone goes for the V4, including me. I don't think my next bike is going to be the V4R, but my next Ducati is going to be the V4R for sure. I'm not going to buy, another V2, obviously. I'm not going to buy a Scrambler or an adventure bike. I'm going to buy the V4R. That's going to be my next super bike, or if I can get my hands on the new M. So it's really going to be a toss-up between these two. Guys, if I could get them both, I would. I just, I don't have it like that at all. Nowhere close. I don't even have... I shouldn't even get a V4R, honestly. That bike is really expensive. But I am thinking maybe a 2020 ZX10 or maybe a Supermoto. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But another bike is definitely in the cards here for the summer. I'm not going to spend a ton of money on something. Probably just get something used. But... Oh, look, one thing I did also do is I took off the covers for the engine. And if you guys are wondering, yes, this motorcycle gets really hot, right? When you're standing still, it gets hot. You can feel the heat dissipate on your legs. But when you wear the proper riding gear, you don't, it's not bothered. I'm not bothered by it. I just can't really, I don't know if I just want to get a supermoto or I want another sport bike, something like a ZX10 where I can smack that thing around all over the place and not have to worry about valves or anything. Obviously you got to change the oil and tires, but it's not nearly as expensive as this bike to, well, the oil is probably just about the same, maybe. But the upgrades for it aren't going to be that much. I'd probably try to get a pretty basic one. I'll travel. I'll travel to another state to get one. That's kind of my plan there anyway, because there's a lot of beat up squid bikes out here. Like, these guys are selling like Gixxer 1000s, Gixxer 750, and it's all zip tied together and duct tape and this and that. Oh, it runs great. I'm like, your fairings are duct taped together, dude. I don't want your piece of shit bike that you dropped and just beat the crap out of on Lime Creek Road, So, but yeah, another bike, and we'll see, the upgrades for this one as far as I can get with them will do, like I want to upgrade all the bolts to titanium. I want to start working on the calipers, the RCS 17 courses, new brake. Oh, actually, I do need to get new brakes now, I think. I'm getting a little bit of brake fade up front, so I'm going to do that. There's an underslung already in the rear. But yeah, I want to update those to gaffer rotors and all the top race stuff, and then probably get into start doing steel braided lines and new reservoirs up top on the handlebars and all that stuff, and just really starting to like fine tune all of the parts on this bike. So next year at Ducati Island I can bring this and hopefully a V4R. So I do plan on having two bikes next year at Ducati Island. I did do the parade lap around the track, but I'll never do that again. That was kind of like a bucket list thing. But riding around that track with like adventure bikes and all kinds of other shit, it was really, really annoying. And they just don't know how to ride a track, and it was very dangerous for me. I'm like, this one dude, I was behind the pace bike, like literally, and he's trying to pass me on a freaking adventure bike. And you'll see it if I could ever find the chip for that GoPro footage, but you'll see where I'm like literally like, dude, what are you doing? You're not going to get past me because you can't go past me because that's the pace bike and you don't know how to ride a track and you're an asshole. Like, I was so aggravated. I'm like, if you hit my bike with your freaking bags hanging off this thing because you want to do a lap around a racetrack with an adventure bike, I'm going to freaking lose my shit. And so, like, never again. I'll never take a bike outside of actually running the track on that racetrack. Like, that parade lap is a joke. You pay so much money to do it. And then I'll talk about this in the actual video when I do the GoPro footage, but like, you pay a ton of money to do it, and we waited for 45 minutes out in the hot sun baking while everyone else got to ride around the track. And then they finally get to the Ducatis and they give us a half a lap and a picture, and it was just like, it was a total joke. Never again. So yeah, but Ducati Island as a whole was an absolute success. This bike over exceeded my expectations. It brought so many people joy to like know, like, I built this bike myself. I didn't just like keep taking it to someone to keep getting done. Like, and nothing against people who do that. Not everyone is super mechanically inclined. I just happen to be a very good mechanic and and stuff. So I've been around this stuff my entire life, so it's not hard for me to do. But yeah, the exhaust was really challenging. I'm not gonna lie. Like, trying to get the header in the front here, it was pretty challenging. But yeah, so those are some of the things I kind of want to do. All carbon in the front. Yeah, all this needs to be carbon. There's just a lot. There's a lot of stuff you could do now. You could just, the sky's the limit. I can upgrade the wheels to magnesium or aluminum or carbon. There's just so many things you can do to this bike. And as far as the engine goes, upgrading that, there isn't really too much I want to do. Maybe I wouldn't even really put velocity stacks on this. Maybe a filter, and that's it. The tune's great on it. I do want to get it dyno tuned though. I think that's the ultimate way to go, really. Get it dyno tuned to my specific how I ride, and the bike will make that self-adjustment, because it's a self-adjusting computer, this motorcycle, so it's gonna like adjust to how I ride. And I don't crank this thing at 170, 80 miles an hour, and that's where it'll top out. Top out at 178. That's where I've had it too, and that's with absolutely perfect weather conditions and actually a bit of a tailwind. Any kind of front wind, crosswind, this bike's probably gonna stop at about 172. But a good day, tailwind, little cool out, not too hot. Tires are nice and warm. It'll hit 180 for sure. And actually, I haven't done a top speed run on this bike since it's got the exhaust in the tune. So I'm really actually quite possibly may get to 190 if it was a really good crosswind, maybe a bit of a downhill too. But I'm not going to sell you guys something it's not. The bike doesn't do 190 or 200. It's not that. It isn't as powerful as the ZX10s. Or even like some of the R1s that are tuned properly. As far as the Ducati V4s and the H2s and the M1000s that are pushing over 200, I don't really need that. You don't go that fast for that long. I'm not even comfortable doing 160, 170. I don't like to go that fast. I'm really comfortable about 130, 140, and I think you can see that in most of my videos. Once it gets past 140, 150, I don't really like that. That's too fast. You come up on traffic so fast, and I don't care how good of a rider you are, man. You can't sit there and judge the traffic like that, and you're only gonna get lucky for so long when you ride like that. So for me personally, 130 is like really comfortable, and if I really want to boogie, I'll push it to 150. But anything more than that to me is just silly. It's just silly at that point. And like if I feel like the road's open enough and it's safe, I'll go do faster. But I'm not gonna do a top speed run in traffic, is what I'm trying to tell you. That is just absolutely the most asinine thing you can do. And with me, like, it's almost like my career and the things that I'm doing outside of this channel are way too important for me to be risking my life like that, to be honest with you. So just doing big things at Tesla, so I can't really be out there doing that kind of stuff. But trying to change the world, guys, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below for a future bike, future build. I think the channel is going to do really well this year. I think we're just going in the right direction. Everything's starting to plan out. I got a better idea for reels to make these like little short stories and stuff, and I kind of already started doing that, so it's pretty cool. Although Instagram didn't really like the fact that I showed firearms, but they're just stories, man. It's just stories. It's kind of made up and scripted and fun. It's just a fun thing to do. So I don't understand Instagram. They bitch at me, shadow ban me for showing a firearm for 30 seconds, but then they let this girl do like yoga porn pretty much, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But oh no, guys. And yeah, so if you guys want to help support the channel, the best way to do that is to my affiliates. Raven Moto is one of them. If you need some gloves or motorcycle riding jeans, they are top notch. Use my discount code Hardcity, all caps. That gets you 10% off. Then we got the Moto GPS tracker. Use that link below, and you can also help out the channel. There used to be a discount code link. It's Hardcity10, all lowercase letters. I'm not sure if it's still available, but you can try it. But if not, this is definitely a really, really good tracker. It's probably the best out. And you will support the channel by using that link. I really, really appreciate that, guys, if you are in the market for those things. And also workwear. 1620 Workwear is another affiliate. And I'm working on a coffee one. So Google AdSense doesn't happen. It doesn't make any money. Like zero. The way I make money on this is from you guys supporting me in buying things or donating through the channel, through the little heart thing you can find underneath here and where the description is. You can do all that. So yeah, I appreciate it, guys, and like, share, subscribe. Peace.